Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Awaken Her Summit Festival. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you, Deidre, for this amazing festival. Are you a woman that is struggling in your life right now that has completely lost hope? Maybe you are going through some health challenges. Maybe you're going through a divorce, or maybe you've just completely lost hope in life altogether. So today's talk is going to help you to see that light at the other end of the tunnel, to give you hope, and to help you find that true happiness from within wherever you are in your life. My name is Jeanette Prado. I am the host of Happiness from Within, and I was truly inspired by doing this podcast due to incurable disease that I had in my body for 20 years. The doctors told me that I would never be able to walk again, and I said, "Watch me." So, if it's okay with you guys, I would love to share just a little bit about my story to empower you, to inspire you. It's really interesting because before I jump in, I just want to share a few facts with you guys. One in every three women have gone through something traumatically, rape, sexual abuse, anything traumatic, right? So this is something that none of us are alone, right? One in every nine people on this planet are dealing with some sort of a health issue, a liver issue, which I'm going to be talking about a little bit later to give you some tips of what you can do to start moving forward in your health. It could even be something as simple as maybe you're having chronic headaches, maybe you're dealing with chronic fatigue, chronic pain. But people think that these things are normal, but they're actually not normal, right? Other than my podcast, I'm also a holistic health coach, very passionate to helping women to reverse chronic illness through the medical medium protocols. I also have an incredible program called Beautiful Soul Emerging, which I run a few times a year. It's a group coaching, empowering women to put it all together. So, again, I'm just so honored to be here to empower you guys, right? So, we're going to be talking about embodiment and nutrition and how all of this comes together no matter where you are in your life right now. So, I'll just tell you a little bit about my story. From the moment that I came into this planet when I was born, a lot of the trauma started to happen, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that. So, when I was uh, when I was a baby, my parents were constantly fighting for me back and forth. And when I was 7 years old, there was a particular individual that basically took me away from my father. Crazy, right? And my father spent 5 years, a little about 5 years, basically looking for me, right? And during this period of my life, between the time I was 7 to about 13 years old, I had gone through very severe mental abuse, molestation, just these men doing things that they're not supposed to be doing, to a woman, right? And how many of you guys can relate to that? I'm sure a lot of you guys, right? And the thing is it's if it's one thing I want to say to really empower you, like it's never about us comparing our story to somebody else, right? There's definitely people that have gone through way worse than I have, but the thing is nobody can take who you are and your experiences away from you. Would you agree? And so going back to the story, so um there was just things that happened that shouldn't have happened, right? I was made to believe things that weren't true. There was this particular man that made me believe that I was in love with him, and I was only 9 years old. And he made me do things that were not appropriate, right? Making me wear lingerie. I mean, just really disgusting things. I mean, these men that did these things should be in prison right now, honestly, like paying for what they did. They're not. I've actually never shared that part of my story, but the reason I want to share it is to empower you. Because the thing is we've all gone through something, right? And when you go through so much in life, so much trauma, right? How can you really find happiness from within, right? which is what I really want to talk about today, right? To empower you. So, I just want to share a little bit more about my story. So, I feel very fortunate because when I was about 5 years later, basically my father, he found me, right? But at that point, I had already been honestly so tattered and torn. Like I didn't know what direction my life was going in, right? I was only about 13 years old. I was just going into high school. And at that point, I had always been bullied, called ugly, not good enough. You're just a little girl that doesn't know what she wants to do. And, I had lost a lot of hope within myself. But one thing I feel like I always had, which was like my, we call it higher self, you can call it your, just this inner voice that we all have, right? Or maybe it's that butterflies in your stomach sort of thing, right? I knew that everything was going to be okay. Even at such a young age, even at 11 years old, I had an awakening. It was the power of these like if you are someone that ever sees like 222 or 333 or 111, does anybody relate to that? It's okay if you don't, but basically what those numbers mean, it's just basically, your spirit team is supporting you in whatever your journey is, right? And so it was really incredible because as I started working with a professional to talk through these things, that's really when the healing began, right? And then going into just to fast forward, going into college, I was very fortunate. I got into a music school. I had always played clarinet, did a little bit of voice, but all of that anger, a lot of that anger that I had as a child, like I wanted to prove these motherfuckers, excuse my language, I wanted to prove to them that they weren't going to break me down. Because I remember one of them telling me, they're like, you're going to go back to California. You're not going to get into a relationship. You're going to get pregnant and you're never going to go to college and you're never going to succeed. So anybody that says that to you, like it would be traumatic for any child, right? But I was so determined to turn all of that around from such a very young age. One of the things I really wanted was to go to college. I didn't know that I was going to study music, but it's just really interesting because like I wasn't like one of the best clarinet players. I was still trying to work through a lot of my trauma, right? But going into college, um basically I really struggled a lot, right? I was honestly being a victim of my circumstances. I said, well, because this happened to me, I'm not able to, sorry, I get a little emotional, you guys, it's just, I can't play, maybe the piano as well as other people, right? Because I got to learn other instruments. And so basically, fast forward, I was able to graduate, right? And it was probably one of the biggest victories of my life, right? I felt like I really accomplished something even through all of the pain and the suffering, And what had happened, going through after college, I was kind of going up and down with my health. And I started to have like this really crazy knee pain in my left knee. I used to run track, varsity track, but I always felt like I was never enough. Like I was up there, like running, but there was always a girl that was better than me, right? When I was in music school, like there was always a better clarinet player. Like, do any of you guys feel like that? We just don't feel like we're worthy? Everybody, right? On some level, right? And so, just holding on to all those emotions, I didn't really know how to like honestly process them, right? And so when after I had graduated, not too long after, I found out that I had this really crazy condition in my knee. And the doctors are like, you're never gonna be able to walk because this condition, because people that get this condition, it's a very rare condition. 1 in a million people get it. And I was one of the fortunate ones. Like really, I truly, truly believe that because I feel like I came into this life to overcome this condition, right? And there's a positive side to the story, but I really want to share this with you. So I'm gonna just crunch the story just a little bit more. So basically, fast forward, I found out that I had this really huge cyst in the back of my knee, right? And for about 9 months, I tried alternative treatments. And they kind of worked, but the thing is I had finally decided to get the surgery. It was a very invasive surgery because basically they had to cut like the back of my knee. It's like, right? Really scary, right? But I had the courage. I just said, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it, because at that point, like, I was literally hobbling around, not knowing what the heck was going on with my knee. And I was dealing with some other chronic illness symptoms. I didn't know what was going on, but taking one day at a time, right? Just trying to figure it out, which we all kind of do, right? We're not going to always have the answers, right? We always have to just jump in and, you know, take one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 second at a time. And so, fast forward, in 2011, I had the surgery. It was a very successful surgery. But what had happened 2 years later, the doctors told me that, oh, the cyst came back. So at that point, I was like just shattered. I felt like a million pieces. I felt like my soul just was like ripping apart, because I never thought I'd have to go through that again. Fast forward 2014, I had a second surgery. 2050, I had another procedure to like suck out whatever liquid was in there, right? And then 2018, I ended up having another surgery, right? So, anyways, I share that with you to empower you that whatever you're going through, and you have lost hope, whatever that is, as small as it is, I want you to know that there's always hope at the other end of the tunnel. As women, we are such powerful forces of beings, right? We are so strong. That's why we're the ones that have the babies. We're the ones taking care of the household, right? Taking care of the kids. Um, and we're the ones running a lot of the businesses now in today's world, right? In 1920, we got the right to vote in America. And so a lot of things have changed now that we're in the 21st century. So I promise there's a happy ending to the story. So what I want to just share with you, and then we're going to go into, I really want to share with you steps that you can start taking to find that happiness from within through embodiment and through good nutrition. So I had the surgery 2018. At that point, something within me told me that this was it. I wasn't going to have to need any more surgeries. It was a very successful surgery. Um, I went to basically what happened in 2020. I came to finally realize what the root cause of this symptom is, right? Because it's so easy to want to put like a band aid on something, but if you're not getting to the root cause of what is going on, then what is the point, right? And so today I'm going to give you some tools of what you can start doing to get to the root cause of what you're going through. Maybe not necessarily even just health wise, maybe to help you work through some trauma, right? So I had an awakening. I came to realize that that was it. I knew at that point that I had completely healed my body. Because through those 20 years, there was about 4 or 5 of those years that it was actually really hard to just sit down. Like sitting down the way we are right now, I had to always elevate my legs. I wasn't able to drive. I'd always like take the bus because it was hard to sit down for even 15 minutes. Still even to this day, like it's hard to sit for a long period of time, but compared to only being able to sit maybe like 5, maybe 10 minutes and have my legs elevated, now I'm actually able to sit down and, feel into my body. And so I went to see my doctor about a year ago, and he says, I don't think you have that condition anymore. And I was like, wow, that's wild. That's crazy. How is that even possible, right? And it's through certain protocols, through specifically medical meeting protocols, that I basically came to find out it was a viral condition that I had in my body. And so the last 4 years, I've been spending time to basically cleanse out the liver. Okay. We're going to talk about that a little bit more towards the end. But basically, a lot of the root issues that we have chronically, believe it or not, is in the liver. The liver is the filtration system of the body. So, anyway, that was the creation of my podcast. I was in the shower one day and I was like, happiness from within. Happiness from within. And that's where that emerged. And I have to tell you, it's the one thing in my life that I've done that I have to say that has just flowed so beautifully. Not to say that I haven't had obstacles, like we all have obstacles, right? Like raise your hand, right? Like totally all of us, right? It's like when you climb a mountain. If you climb a mountain, it's not going to be like a smooth mountain, right? You're going to have rocks, you're going to have bears, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, right? And so right? And so, but guess what? At the top of the mountain, there's always going to be another mountain, right? Because if we don't have challenges, you guys, how the heck are we supposed to grow? Like, if we're not growing, we're dying, right? And so that's why I've been so passionate to now really get back to the world, right? Like, I'm not a victim of my circumstances. I'm a victor, right? If that's the first message I have for you, is that you're not a victim, you're a victor, right? So the first step to finding true happiness from within is awareness, right? Because when we start to have awareness, we start to make better choices, and when we make better choices, we get better results, right? And so I've been so honored to have met Deidre about, God, I think it was like almost like 4 years ago. I've been so inspired by her work, and to be here to speak on stage, like honestly, it was like it's scary. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it, right? Maybe one day even speak on stage in person. But yeah, the first step is awareness. Awareness, ladies. It's the first step. So again, whatever it is that you're going through, I challenge you, take out a piece of paper and ask yourself, what is it? What is the first step that I can start taking to be aware of this situation if you're feeling stuck? What is the first step that I can take to be more aware of the situation? Maybe you're trying to make a decision about something. Maybe you're really stuck on what to do, right? Um, just to be very open with you, like I talk about happiness from within, but it doesn't mean I'm happy all the time. No, like it's about, again, that awareness, right? Let me give you an example. There was a recent incident that happened a few weeks ago. I got extremely angry at this person, and they really hurt me, and I ended up having like a one-on-one with them. Like if it would have been me like 3, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, there's no way I would have done that, right? But the thing is like if we hold on to those emotions and we don't talk about it, then it stays in our bodies, right? Now you might be thinking, well, what if I say something and it completely blows up in my face? Well, I can promise you that the world is not going to stop turning, right? We have to be responsible for our happiness. Happiness can come in so many different forms. Maybe it's being the best mom. Maybe it's being the best receptionist. Maybe it's just you being your best self, right? So, wherever you are in your life right now, I want you to know that you are perfect. You are whole. You are seen. You're not broken. You're not defaulted. Ooh, I get a little emotional with this because it's something, honestly, you guys, that I have to remind myself on a daily basis. Um, yeah, like happiness is like an internal job every single day. Every single day. Maybe you love to do yoga. Maybe you just like to go for a walk, right? Definitely having, that's the second thing I want to talk about is once you have that awareness and you find out what is that first step that you can start taking, right? Maybe your intuition is saying, oh, you know what, I'm going to hire a professional, a coach to help me with that. Find somebody that maybe has gone through what you've gone through. Hire them, have a conversation with them, because I can guarantee you that you're going to have some sort of an insight, right? Are you guys getting value so far? I'm so glad. So, awareness. So, the other thing I want to talk about that I'm so passionate about is embodiment, right? What is embodiment, right? Here we are talking about to awaken, right? To awaken. Awaken her festival. What does it mean to awaken, right? It's kind of like that realization I had in the shower, like happiness from within, right? The goal is mission is to inspire over 1 billion women to find happiness and healing, to sparkle from within. I recently have had this thing with sparkles. I don't know why. It just is something that makes me happy. Like I have these, like I can't show you because if you follow me on Instagram, happiness from within, now you can see the sparkly stuff. But why not, right? Like Maybe get yourself some, if you wear glasses, maybe get yourself some pink glasses or some white glasses. Do whatever makes you happy, right? Maybe paint your nails, maybe put on a little makeup, maybe go on that walk, maybe do your daily walk, walk your dog, spend some time with your cat. Happiness from within comes in beautiful packages for everyone. It is not the same thing. So the thing I want to talk about embodiment is when you're feeling stuck in your body, right? One of the things you can do is you can get up and you can start like moving your hips. We carry a lot of trauma in our hips. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that incredible? So when you move your body, start moving those hips, shake it out, shake it out. Right? You start to move that energy, right? And you start to release what no longer serves you, right? Because ladies, like each and every single one of us has such a beautiful mission. And you might be thinking, no, I don't. I don't know what my mission is. Maybe your mission is where you are right now. Did you ever think about that? Maybe your mission is where you are right now. Whatever um your your job is, whatever, maybe you're like the best mom, like I said, you made the best receptionist, the best entrepreneur. Maybe that is where you are meant to be, right? Until you find maybe a higher purpose. Who knows? But whatever that is, just live your best life because really, truly, you guys, life is so short. It really is. Like I had somebody ask me that. They're like, "Why are you wearing all this sparkly stuff? Like, don't you feel like weird that people are gonna look at you?" And I'm like, "No." I was like, "Do you care what people think?" I mean, yeah, I do sometimes, but the thing is they're gonna be dead in 100 years anyway, so who cares, right? Again, something that I believe we all have to work on a daily basis, right? And so, um, one of the things I would really love to talk about next is um, is the nutrition aspect of it. This is another thing that I'm very passionate about. Excuse me, my glasses keep falling. I guess they're just excited to share this information with you. So, I was talking about the liver earlier, right? And some steps that you can start taking to heal um, chronic illness symptoms. Again, it can be something as simple as like having headaches. Maybe you're dealing with some sort of chronic pain, chronic fatigue. Actually having menstrual cramps. Did you guys know that that's not normal? It's not normal. It's not. um, I definitely recommend for you guys to check out Medical Medium. He's completely changed my life. He talks all about these things, and I'm just going to be talking about a few things today. But yeah, one of the things that you can start doing to cleanse your liver is having some water with lemon in the morning. The first time that you wake up in the morning, one of the things that your liver wants is that it wants to flush out all the stuff from the day before. Yes. So literally, you can start with like 16 ounces of water. You can squeeze like a half a lemon, a whole lemon. I usually do like a half a lemon. And then you just start drinking it, right? That's a great way to start cleansing out your liver. There's this myth that lemons are gonna be bad for your teeth, but believe it or not, lemons are not bad. I'm not saying take a lemon every single day and start like sucking on it. That's not what I'm saying. But lemons actually have a lot of vitamins and minerals in them, and they're very good for flushing out the liver. Okay. Second thing that you can do, you're going to wait about 30 minutes, is to have celery juice. Yes, celery juice. So, celery juice has so many healing properties. Medical Medium actually wrote a whole book about celery juice. You can check that out. And the sodium crystal salts in celery juice are actually so healing. It helps. It has helped millions of people all over the world to reverse so many chronic illness symptoms, right? And that's the second thing that you can do is start having celery juice. Even if you don't have a juicer, you can literally take celery, blend it in your blender, and shake like a cheesecloth, and you can squeeze it out, right? Like no excuse, right? But yeah, wherever you are in the world, you can find a pretty most cost effective juicer. Go on Amazon, you can find it pretty much anywhere. Another little secret, you could find a juicer on Temu, Temu. They have some pretty affordable juicers too. Might take a few weeks to receive it, but and then the third thing is we got to get the toxic heavy metals out of our body. So there is a smoothie by Medical Medium. It's called the Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie, and it has 5 ingredients. If you Google heavy metal detox smoothie, you can see all the ingredients that it has. It has cilantro, spirulina, it has Atlantic dulse, orange juice, banana. And when you combine these ingredients together in a blender, it's okay to also have them separately. He talks about that. But when you drink this every day on a daily basis, it starts to take out all the toxic heavy metals that we have in our bodies. Now, this is another discussion for another day. I actually have a freebie for you guys. You can grab it, the link below, or you can also grab it on my Instagram. It's unlocking your sparkle from within. Basically, a 30-day free program for you guys to find your confidence. And I'm putting together actually another freebie for you guys going into more of the health stuff, but you can grab that in the meantime. And I really truly hope it brings you a lot of value. I've gone through this program myself, and many women have said that it's brought them a lot of value. And I would just, most importantly, just would love to connect with you, right? I'm really all about connections. I've been doing my podcast now for about, gosh, I think we're going on almost 5 years now. I've done over 100 episodes of entrepreneurs all over the world of how they have found their happiness from within. And right now, I've been doing weekly episodes to bring you guys value to help you find your happiness from within. And on these episodes, completely free, you can learn about, how to, for example, maybe how to reverse chronic fatigue, maybe how to reverse rheumatoid arthritis, talking about how to increase collagen with your skin, right? There's so many different topics. I'd love to hear maybe some topics that you would like to hear about. Again, these are all the protocols of medical medium. And yeah, so those are the 3 ways of what you can do to start finding your happiness from within through good nutrition. If I am a holistic health coach, if you are somebody that, if any of this resonates with you, I'd love to jump on a free call with you, see if we are a good fit to work together. And if you're looking for more of a group setting, this next year I am going to be launching Beautiful Soul Emerging. It is a 90-day program that basically puts everything together. And yeah, so almost coming here to the end of the talk. But again, I just really want to thank you guys, from the bottom of my heart for those watch. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay below. Love to connect with you. Any questions that you have, please feel free to send me a DM. Again, I would really, truly love to connect with you. Get to know you, and please follow me on Instagram. Let's support each other, right? Right now is I'm just gonna end with this. Is right now there's 2 planets in retrograde, and it's not necessarily even. And then on top of that, we have the holidays, right? And so if you've been feeling a little bit off, there's just these planets. It affects the whole planet, right? I just want you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. The holidays can be very stressful for a lot of people, and it's a time to go within, right? This is also a time of ascension. What a beautiful transition for Awaken her, right? These planets going into retrograde, like there's people that are basically going to show you their true colors. That was something that I read the other day in anyway, this astrologer was talking about, so I wanted to share that with you guys. And so yeah, just take it easy. There's going to be some other really incredible speakers. I'm really excited to hear them talk on different topics. So, let's show them some love also. Again, I just want to give another shout out to Deidre. Thank you so, so much for this opportunity to be here at the Awaken online festival. And yeah, I just love you guys so much. Again, you guys get that free gift. Check it out, or just send me a DM. I'm more than glad to send that to you. Again, completely free. Unlock your inner sparkle, 30 days to a more confident you. You deserve to be happy, sparkly, and just absolutely happy. Like, know, if it's the last thing I can just leave with you, know that you're meant to be absolutely happy. Yes, you are so meant to be absolutely happy. No matter what you're going through your life right now, I can promise you that there's someone else that has gone through that, and you're going to make it through. I promise you. I really truly hope this brought you a lot of value. I'm just wishing you guys a wonderful, fabulous day. And remember to smile because you are worthy. I'm sorry, just one last thing. Sorry. Um, if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would really love and appreciate that so much, because it's another way to stay connected. You can send me a DM. I can send you the link to the podcast, but make sure to grab your freebie. And I look forward to seeing the next speaker. And I just wish you guys a wonderful, fabulous day. Take care. Bye for now.